Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? We recently played this Simic Cookies list with a few updates, but Spider-Man brings a few more updates, or should I say Omen Pass, because we're in Arena. And these updates actually might be pretty sweet for this deck, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works out. Starting at the top, we do have 3 Case of the Filch Falcon. This is going to get us some extra artifacts, which is pretty big here, even if we don't get to immediately turn them into big birds. Not Big Bird, but big birds. Into the Flood Maw here gives us a way that we could bounce some problematic creatures. We do have Spyglass Sirens, so we can come over the top, again producing more artifacts. Part of those are going to be a big deal because of Synthesizer Lab Ship. It can turn any of our artifacts into 2/2 flyers, which is super nice. We have a couple of hard-hitting questions just for some extra removal, I guess, to accompany our Into the Flood Maw. We have Ginger Brute, which is nice because we can make this unblockable a few different ways after we pump it, which is super nice. Playing a couple of Soul Guide Lantern. However, I will admit we could probably go without these and just play another Into the Flood Maw and another hard-hitting question. But I wanted just a little bit of graveyard removal. But if we end up not needing it, these will be first cards to get cut at the end of the video. So be sure to check out the wrap-up. Detect Intrusion, or Spider Sense if you will on paper. This is actually a super sweet card. It can counter instants, sorceries, or triggered abilities, which is most of the stuff this deck should be worried about. Subterranean Schooner, also still very good. Any of our creatures could crew this, obviously attack, put counters on things. It's a big 3/4, it survives sweepers. It does a lot of stuff for this deck. Tough Cookie, being another big body that can turn our other artifacts into bodies as well, which is super cool. We have some Zoetic Glyph that can activate all of those artifacts and make them 5/4 creatures. Sentinel the Nameless City, again, producing us more artifacts in the form of maps and being a big 3/4 body. But here's another one of the fun cards. Now, this is Fizik, Ethereum Mechanic, which is also the Iron Spider, if you're looking at the paper cards. But it's a 3 mana 2/3. It has Vigilance, which we love because we can attack and then activate it. And then you put a +1/+1 on each artifact, creature, or vehicle you control, which is a very large chunk of our cards. So then we can keep pumping stuff every turn, and then we can just remove counters to draw cards, which is cool because that's a thing this deck wasn't able to do. We didn't really have any card drawing stuff. We had a few things for exploring, but not really straight card drawing. So this should be super good in here as a nice addition, and it's 3 colorless mana. And then Spectral Restitching. I don't know how good this is going to be, but this can remove blockers if we just want to Alpha Strike. This can protect our creatures against a sweeper. This can get rid of opposing tokens if we need to. It's just kind of a catch-all thing I want to give a try to today and see how important it is. But if you're familiar with this deck, you'll have an idea of how this is going to work. So at the end of the video will be a link that takes you over to Moxfield, our channel sponsor. You should check them out if you haven't. And if you want to save money on your Magic, 5% to be exact, use my code DRAGON, DRAGN, over at Tales of Adventure. A lot of cool stuff, and you'll save money. But that aside, let's go see if these spider additions to our cookies are still just as crunchy. Okay, we'll keep this. This is fine. I mean, I wouldn't call it like crazy exciting, but you know, totally fine. Let's go and go here. We will play a Siren. Then next turn we can Siren plus Ginger Brute or Siren plus Flood Maw if necessary. They have their own Sirens. Okay. Fair enough. I guess they're going to pump theirs. That's going to make... Oh, and they have another Siren on top. Okay, well, that kind of changes things. We might want to Siren and bounce their thing, and then next turn just glyph something. But then they just get to play 2 Sirens. This is not great. Not great. And I'm wondering if they're just playing Fairies. Sorry, opponent, that this is taking a second here. I'm just trying to plot what I want this to look like. I think for sure we're going to play a Siren. It's just, do we want to crack a map or not here, I guess. I think the answer's no. And I'm just going to play... Actually, I'm not even going to do that. I might just leave up Into the Flood Maw. Let's just pass. I don't know that I will use the Flood Maw here, but it feels like it's possible. Oh, what are we doing here? They highlighted their thing, then our thing? What is this? Whenever you attack... Oh, I totally forgot about that card. You put a +1/+1 on that card. Okay. You know what? I'm totally down to bounce that. Alright. So they are just straight up playing Fairies. And that's also good because, one, this is like our one chance to... Wait, don't you have to put the counter on that card? Draw and then discard a card. You discard it as put... Oh, target fairy. Gosh dang it. Alright, well that's on me. Misread the card. And I know how it works too. I know better. Alright, so we'll just go here. I think we just try to be aggressive here. We're losing the race by a touch. But then we will be able to detect intrusion. And we'll see how that works out. Cool, let us flip something awesome. That counts. That is a sizable body under the circumstances. We will absolutely take that. Yep. Now I feel like maybe we can start winning the race a little bit here. Let's try to turn one of these into a 2/2. That works. And I will turn this one into... Actually, if I turn one of these into a 3... No, let's turn both into 2/2s. And then what I want to do is leave mana up. So I'm just going to do this and attack. In the turn. So now this puts the opponent in a situation of, even if you play your thing, you can't attack effectively here without risking losing. Oh, I meant to flip this on the last one. I didn't mean to leave that on top. I just realized I left that there. Oh, no, friendo, no. Yippers. That'll do it. But I will say, that's exactly what we want Detect Intrusion / Spider Sense to be able to do here. Is just stop one key card, whether it's a sweeper, a spot removal spell, a bounce spell. Just stop one thing so you can keep your tempo going, and sometimes that's going to be good enough. Okay, let's keep it. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. I mean, this is a solid starting hand, so not upset about this by any means. However, I do think I'm going to fight the Llanowar. Actually, not even fight. It's just a bite spell. And then I think I'm just going to attack here. And then we're just going to be somewhat of a tempo game here. Try to bounce whatever they play. Probably a Tifa. No, not a Tifa. Interesting. And a Basilisk Collar. Nice. Not what I was expecting to see for sure. So I think we just play Tough Cookie. Play this because we can still get blue out of it. And then just attack. In the turn. And then maybe they'll commit some amount of mana to the Basilisk Collar and we can just bounce that thing. Oh. Yeah, you're definitely getting bounced, my friend. We're not even going to wait around. Alright. Good thing, because we need to draw something here. It's a map and a food. Let's turn the food into a thing, because I'm going to use the map here. Put it on the flyer. Wow, and it was just a land. That hurts. I was hoping it was anything that was not a land would have been good here. So, little tough. Little tough. Alright, Warden. You got it. We're going to go here. We're going to put a counter here. Because I'm assuming it's a counter, not a land. Oh, perfect. Absolutely the right card to draw here. Alright. Now we can just blink all the opponent stuff out and just attack. Yeah, awesome. Ooh, what do we do with this? I mean, I guess we keep it. Like, I don't really know. Yeah, I guess we do this and just attack. Then next turn we could play this tap and leave up Flood Maws or whatever. I mean, they're probably just going to kill our Ginger Brute. Nope, they didn't. Okay, that's good news, I think. All things considered. Let's just pass. Excellent. I would love to bounce your Emberheart Challenger. That sounds great. Yep, I'll take my 2. All right, untap land, please. No. Disappointing. All right, well, we'll at least play this and have a solid blocker. Pass the turn. It's one of those ones that's like, it's not ideal, but we'll take it. It's at least something. Sure, and then we'll crew our vehicle. And then you can attack, I'll block, you can lightning strike my schooner, and we'll have a good day. Oh, do they have like an abrade? Because I play a lot of abrades these days. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine-ish. Like, that felt like that could have been worse, right? Okay, let's do this. I kind of want to play... If I just play this, I bounce a thing. Yeah, it's probably best. Let's do that. Pass the turn. We needed to draw some creatures here. We did fail on that front. That is a real serious problem here. Yep. Would you like to do anything? Nope. Alright, then we'll just bounce a Screaming Nemesis. Again, not particularly great. This is fun. Damn. Alright, I guess we just turn this into a thing. No attacks. We can awkwardly, like, take damage from a Screaming Nemesis and then try to get rid of it for a turn or two if necessary. Alright, what do we get? That's not great. Alright, I think the opponent just got us here. Our draw was just too awkward here. Yeah, just replay your Screaming Nemesis and kill us, opponent. I don't think we're going to have enough fuel. I guess if we draw a land, maybe. Because then we could play these two, blink a thing, like, maybe do something. Yep. You got it. Oh, and it's a Sanctum. Yeah, we're just going to be too far behind. All right. Good job, the opponent. If we'd have had a creature, I think we'd have been better off there. Okay, let's rock and roll. This one's pretty straightforward. Do. All right, let's go ahead and play a schooner and get in there for one. It is weird though, even against mono black, sometimes attacking is bad because I just play like the hasty dude here and get in for two. But you can't not attack, right? You can't just play around the shoulda, woulda, coulda, what if they have this card or that card. Wow, that's a very aggressive attack there. I'm going to go ahead and do this in case you have another one. And then I'll at least get something for my troubles. Or any other spot removal for that matter. Gonna feed the swarm. No damage because there's no cost on that. So that's the best thing to kill with feed the swarm. Ooh, we got a Fizik though. That is a great hit. Love to see that. That is awesome. I'm going to only play Ginger Brute. Actually, yeah. I think I'm only going to play Ginger Brute here. And then let's go here. And I'm going to put counters on everything now. And I'm just going to leave up a hard cast. Yeah, you could stay up there. Of the Intrusion. Because now we just have a ton of damage on board. Like, that's lethal by itself. Saboteur. Well, Saboteur can block, unfortunately. Can't do anything about that. I mean, I could, but, you know. Let's play Tough Cookie. And then let's use this here. And this has Vigilance, so I can attack with this. Actually, just attack with all of it. Yeah, whatever. There's a land, which is nice. Fizik getting Vigilance is so good. Oh, and now we get to bounce our Tough Cookie when they try to do some shenanigans here. Oh yeah, we're going to put counters on everybody, buddy. There you go. Opponent goes to 1. And the turn. And we should have things locked up here because we can counter any instant or sorcery. Can't counter that, however. Well, they're going to die anyway to their own card. So, GG's. I was going to say we could counter them drawing, but we don't even want to. Alright. Sounds good. Alrighty. Let's keep it. We did draw our Iron Spider, or Fizik, so that's kind of cool. Don't know. It's weird. I almost want to get to where we have 4, so that we'll have something tapped, and maybe I could, like, Intrusion. I just don't see that happening, unfortunately. Alright. Also, with Detect Intrusion, you can turn off, like, if you need to for 1 turn, turn off, like, an Ouroboros or something. So there are some pretty interesting interactions you can get into. Whoa. Lana Wealth into Michael. What are these shenanigans? What the hell? What is this? I don't even know what to do here. Like, what's even happening? All right. I mean, I guess we pass? I don't know. I mean, our draw is pretty ugly. We need another blue land here. But I'm not totally sure what's going on. There could be like a shelter here. Oh, a hop to it. Sadly, we have to counter that. That's just too much value happening right now. Can't allow that. Yeah, I will block here for sure. Oh, whoa. They're all attacking? Sure. I'll make some trades here. These feel like they benefit us. That was a very strange turn. A very aggressive turn. Yeah. Not totally sure what that attack step was. Maybe they just thought we wouldn't block? Ugh. That's not what we wanted. You know what? I'm not even going to attack here. I might just double block something. That's how we're feeling right now. Got another hop to it? Nah, that's pretty good too, though. That makes our blocks not even matter. So that's relevant. Yeah, no blocks. Okay, then. I guess we'll do what we can do. Fizik, play this guy. Guess I'll attempt to attack for 1. I don't know. Maybe opponent will just draw land here. I have no idea. Burrow Guard. That's not good for us. But also could be worse. We have 1 good block. But the fact that we can add counters to all of our artifacts... What? Why? Why are we attacking here? Alright, I'm your Huckleberry. Let's do it. If you got me, you got me. I mean... Their draw was better than ours already, so... Wow. Just that? And we didn't play that pre-combat to get the extra point. Wow, weird. I wonder if that was just the opponent running a bluff and seeing if we would actually block. Like, with them having a card in hand. Because that is a reasonable play if that's what the attempt was here. Alright, we're going to pass. I mean, we don't have a lot of life here, and there's 2 4/4 tramplers, so this is not nothing. Yep, that makes 2 more duders, which pumps your guys. Totally reasonable. So this is going to hurt. But what I think we have to do is block here, block here, block here. Now we go to 11, or we go to 1 because we're taking 11. And then we'll put a counter on everybody. And I think that's the best we can do here. And I can sack a food. So that's something. Oh, but we just drew a land. Ah, okay. We're not dead. Maybe they'll draw a land here. If they just draw a land, we're still alive. No, actually, we're not. Because we can block... Oh, no, we'll take exactly 4. Yeah, we're still dead. We don't have a way to... Oh, they're not attacking with the little ones. Oh, well, that's a thing. Huh. All right. Well, then we block. We block. Put a counter on this guy. And then because the Might Caller will have already taken 5 damage, it'll now die. Does it not die? Why did it not... Wasn't that already a 6/6 and then they lost a creature? Oh, I was thinking it was the Mentor. Never mind. That just gets straight up counters. Duh. Whole different situation. I'm an idiot. Alright, well, we're hoping this puts a +1/+1 counter. It did not. Damn it. Alright. Not good. Not good. How do we want to do this? I think the Iron Spider is going to have to die here. Yeah, just attack with everything, right? I could have left this town in my hand. Oh, they didn't even do anything. All right. Okay, you know what? That's something. I mean, every creature that can block counts here. Okay, I will try to put a counter on this again. Oh, okay. Can we survive 1 turn? Can we survive 1 turn? Floodmaw is so big here. All right, that's a good sign for us. Put a +1 on each thing that entered the battlefield that turn. So that won't do anything here. All right, we're going to put a counter on this guy. I want to remove counters to draw cards, but obviously we're not in a position to do that right now. So that's no good. All right, we're just going to pass. During their end step, we could potentially bounce the Might Caller, depending on what they draw. And then they would be able to move counters, but that's fine. Then we could risk shrinking our dude and be okay, I think. But I don't even know if we need to. Because now they can put counters on the Beauregard Mentor, and we don't like that either. Sure? Is that I will gladly block? Like, thanks. This Iron Spire is trying to hold the fort by itself. I mean, it's trying to do all the Lord's work, let me tell you. But not getting it done alone. This is where it's bad, though, because now they can move counters to the Beauregard Mentor if I were to target something and bounce. So I kind of have to do it during their... I have to commit to this Into the Flood mod during their end step, really. Because of all the tramplers. So this doesn't just wreck us. Okay, well now we have to do it. Like, otherwise, that just doesn't help us. Now, they can have something that protects it. If they do, they do. You know, it's whatever. But we can't be bothered by that. Yep. That can be as big as it wants to. Obviously, they'll replay it. That becomes a 10-10, and then I just have to double block here. Just kind of is what it is. Cost of doing business. Put a counter on your Beauregard Mentor. It makes total sense. Like I said, we knew the risk. We made the best play we could. We block. I can put a counter on this, but it only makes it a 9. They're definitely going to kill that, because that's what I would get rid of. So the question is actually, if I remove... Okay, we're going to block no matter what. Let me add the counter first so I can see what's going on. So we have 13. If I remove 2, that makes it 11. So yeah, we just draw a card here. Because they're still going to kill the same creature. It doesn't change anything, right? We have 3. Oh, but then that's only 9 power. We can't, actually. Damn. I want the card, but we can't. It's not the toughness. The toughness would be fine. It's the power that's the issue. It's a shame. Oh, we've just drawn so many lands in a row. I think we drew land, land, siren, land, land. What a way to go. Yeah, we're just dead now. Damn. Actually, we can play this and then pass. Hopefully they don't attack. But, I mean, any creature they play, I would all-in attack if I were them, even with me holding 1 card. Especially if it's like Shelter or something. Yeah, alright, you got us, opponent. GG's. Man, we drew so badly there. They earned it, though. Man, that's just a tough one. Because had we found any creature during all those shenanigans where I'm just, like, trying to keep stuff alive, it would have changed even this blocking scenario, but just never could get there. Let's keep it. Let's go Sanctum. Case. And then we'll Tough Cookie and solve our case immediately, which is kind of nice. Won't be too mad at that. And then probably just going to try to play Fizik, I think. Well, I kind of wish I had a turn 1 dude so I could have played Schooner here and not felt bad about it. Sure, you got it. Duder's dead. Alright, just pass. Bandit's Talent. Okay. Probably just discarding another case. However... I think it's got to be Schooner. I wanted it to be case, but if we find an untapped land, there is a world where we could play case plus something and... Oh. Color. Well, that's neat. Alright. Wasn't what I was planning to do, but sure. I want to try to hold on to the food here. I mean, to the clue. Because the opponent is obviously trying to make us discard and all that. Though I would like an untapped land here. If we have to, then we could turn something else into another flyer, and that would be super helpful. That is not an untapped land, so that's really bad for us. Let's go here. Pass the turn. I mean, they'll kill a thing, force us to block, and then we're kind of back in that scenario, but what are you going to do? Alright. Timeline color, Saboteur. Alright, that's not terrible. I'll just take 1. I mean, sure, I'll block. I'm your Huckleberry. You know, maybe they just need something to die so they can give something -10. You can play a case, right? It's any permanent. Is it any permanent or just creatures? Yeah, non-land permanent. Yeah, that's what I figured was going to happen there, but, you know, what are you going to do? Alright, then we'll just play this so we can have another case. Alright, no attacks. Alright, I'm going to put a stop during our upkeep, because we can play double clue here. Or crack a clue, crack a clue, I should say. I mean, yeah, I'll block. I mean, I can't just give you my good stuff. Alright, I'm going to do 1. See how we feel about it. Well, that's not that helpful. Let's do another one. And it's a... also not very helpful. Wow, that sucked. Okay, at least you're something. You're a little bit of something to help here. That's appreciative. Do I care about letting the opponent start to deal damage to us? Probably not, because we have a creature land. We can start getting in on some action. So no attack. But having multiple lands in a row there hurts. I mean, it's real rough. That is not a good scenario for us. All right, yeah, that happens. All right, Spyglass Siren. We don't hate that. So we can activate our land. We can turn Gingerbread into a 3/3. We can attack for 4. We can turn this into a guy. All right, let's just see how things are going to work out here. I think we go ahead and attack for 4. I think is the best game plan. Because at some point, we got to get a move on. We can always crack a Gingerbread for food. And just see what the opponent's up to here. Alright. Well, it wasn't 2 removal spells, so that's nice. Sure. Could this be their way of kind of conceding? I mean, Saboteur's getting in on the action too, sure. Alright. I mean, we're at 15. No, technically we're at 13, because we are going to lose 2 during our upkeep. So we need to stay aware of that. So 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And then technically we have lethal even by activating our land. So let's go ahead and block 2. They're at 10. Yeah, let's just go ahead and block all the relevant action here. And then I'll just sacrifice our Gingerbread. Actually, do I even want to? No, let's just trade creatures. I don't think the life matters that much. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's as huge of a deal. Alright, looks like it's not going to be a huge deal. Activate. Turn one of these bigger, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Sure. And then attack. Alright, cool. Ooh, that was a tough one. Okay, sure. Let's keep it, I think. This is one of those weird hands, right? Because it's, like, fine. Nothing particularly good or bad is happening. It's just stuff kind of happening. So I'm going to be a little crafty here and just play Schooner. I'm not going to play the Cookie, because the Cookie we just station and then it dies. So, yeah, this is much better for us, I think. Let's do this. And then I guess if they have, I don't know, a braid, so be it. You got me. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you got it, you got it. I'm willing to accept that. Not even mad about it. Wow, you're going to double shock. Cool. You know what? I'm not even mad at that. Like, hey, if the opponent's spinning that many spells to come after our stuff, love it. I'm going to see if I can bait the opponent here. Okay, they didn't kill our Siren immediately. I thought they might before we play this. If they have another shock, which they do, it's going to target our Tough Cookie. Yeah, that's fine. And the tough part about that is they get to respond because the Tough Cookie adds an effect to the stack, which is tough. Wow, they're actually just discarding the Slick Shot show off. That's something. Probably want to kill my Spyglass Siren. I would recommend it. That's one way you could do it. Alright. Would you like to use it now? I guess we'll just make you use it. Exactly. You kind of have to sooner or later. Sounds good. Alright. Go to attack. Awesome. Let's go ahead and use this. Restitching. I don't know if I need restitching here. With our hand. Generally, I would say yes. But with our hand, I don't think it's necessary. Yep. Slick Shot works. No blocks. No abilities. Alright. We'll take one from that. I don't think that's worth fighting over. We will go here. And I mean, we're at 17. Whatever. Yeah, sure. That dies. They use that defensively, so I think we could live with that. So many worse things that could have been. Yep. Can we find something useful? That qualifies. Not mad at that. Let's make this unblockable. And then... Oh, this is new, though. Alright, let's just make you a 2/2. Alright, in the turn. Turn inside out. How about we don't and say we didn't? I could have also just fought that with the hard-hitting question. Yep, you got it. Interesting that they don't have anything useful to play there. I'm not sure what to make of that. Alright, we will end the turn. Cool, Needlehead, you got it. Nemesis, sure. 3, 4, 5, 6. How do we feel about that? You know what? I'm just gonna turn this guy into a thing. And then we'll block the most damage. Go to 9, go to 8. They probably kill our slab ship here. Yep, makes sense. Oh, they sacrificed that to kill it. Love that for us. Okay, then. That had potential to be infinitely worse than it was. I will take that. Pass? Nothing? Alright, no blocks. Wow, okay, sure. Alright, tough cookie, I see you. You're trying to do a little work here. I respect it. In the turn. I will go no blocks. Take 2. No blocks. Do we gain life first? I guess we have to, right? That's a clue. Let's gain the food first. Just to make sure we don't die here. No crazy shenanigans, you know. Go to 4. Okay, that's not bad. We can live with that. Let's have this fight here. then attack in the turn. Feel like we're kind of systematically getting there. It's taking us a second, but we're working on it. Try to bounce this guy. Would they like to try to shoot us? No, they would not. We will draw. Schooner. Glyph. Wow. These are, I mean, the deck's at least giving us a fighting chance. That's all you can ask for sometimes. Boy, how do we go about this? Play Schooner? Plan to sack the Ginger Brutes? Alright, I guess that's all we can do. And if they just have the kill spell, they have the kill spell, you know? I mean, if they find anything, though, to pump with here, I mean, we're still dead. Like, one of those ones where we put up the good fight. Oh, and they found a shock. All right. Oh, wait. No, we could sack. Yeah, it doesn't even matter, even if we counter it. All right. Man, opponent drew well there. Damn. Yeah, this one was a tough one for me because I think Detect Intrusion was good. I think Fizik was fantastic. I think that the stitchings, while cool, are not necessarily something that this deck needs. So I would rethink that, possibly. To the point that if I were going to recommend something, it might be to cut the 2 stitchings, play one more Flood Maw, one more Fizik. I do think the deck overall, oh, I guess I'm short 1 Fizik, but overall, I think the deck is still good. I think it is okay. I wouldn't say like it's going to be a world beater. You're going to go like 70% or whatever. But it's slightly better than 50%, and that's kind of all you can really hold to on this one. There's probably also, like, we didn't run into a single graveyard deck. I think that's going to change as the season goes on, because right now everybody's either playing hyper aggro stuff to try to take advantage of the other half of the community that's trying to experiment with new cards. And it makes sense, right? If people are bumbling and stumbling and you're playing the hyper aggro deck, you're going to win some games just because your opponent's deck didn't do its thing. At some point, that will slow down in the next week, and then people will be back to playing some graveyard stuff, and these will be good. So until then, I would probably cut these, play another Into the Flood Maw, maybe either another Detect Intrusion or a Synthesizer Lab Ship. Is probably the way I would go. You could also be talked into playing another Sentinel. But yeah, those are the changes I would potentially make if you're going to play this for the next week or so. And then later on, think about bringing in Soul Guide lanterns and stuff once the format kind of shakes out somewhat. But overall, still playable, still what you expect, but it's not gangbusters. And it's hard for me to actually give it a fair rating because the games we lost, we had some pretty bad draws, right? Where we drew basically 4 or 5 dead cards in a row, you know, things like that. So hard to judge. So, but I'll leave that in your camp. You saw the games. I'll let you make a decision. Don't forget, leave a comment on this video that's relevant to the video so that you'll be eligible for next week's drawing. Become a member if you want to have a say in what appears on the channel. And, as always, keep watching other videos and watching them all the way through because it's always free and it always helps. And I really appreciate y'all for that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Like the video. That's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.